Hello, 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 everybody, and greetings, adventurers of Vera. Welcome to Tavern Talk at the Golden Feather Tavern. We are Virtek and Chibi, keepers of this fine establishment. The Golden Feather Tavern is open to all travelers to come and share their thoughts on the inner workings of Vera over a nice tankard of ale, mead, hot chocolate, or other delicious beverage of choice. So, raise your glass, pull up a chair, as we delve into tonight's discussions. Today is the 14th of May, 2024. We are on episode 17, Freeholds versus Leveling, Self-Assessment Tools, TGF Updates, and other things of niftiness. Chibi, how are you today, and what do we have on tap?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you. Happy to be here, definitely for the first time tonight. We're going to be talking about the offset between getting a freehold at level 50 and taking the time to enjoy leveling, as well as some self-assessment tools, such as the lack of DPS meters and some other TGF updates. If any of these topics sound interesting to you and you've been a part of our Discord lives previously, we welcome you to join the discussion with us in voice. Otherwise, please feel free to share your thoughts in chat or down below in the comments for those of you watching over on YouTube. And if you like this kind of content, please consider giving us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure to hit the notification bell if you'd like to see when we go live multiple times or when we post. With that, today's first topic is going to be on freeholds versus leveling. Now, it has been stated before, and I actually have some links to share with you guys for this, that you must be a level 50. So specifically from the wiki, which is updated by the wonderful folks over at Lex and the community wiki Discord. Hello, welcome in there. On the freeholds page, it says freehold ownership, whether purchased from players or via a freehold auction, requires the purchaser to have completed a freehold quest, which has a level requirement of 50. So in order to even get the freehold, you must first complete a quest that requires you to be level 50. And where I'm going with that on this is I'm going to really quickly, there we go, also include this link. Oops, that is not the right link. It is taking a minute to redirect. Okay. This link on the level cap, where I guess, hold on. Oh, there we go. Now, of course. Okay. So the level cap at launch is expected to be level 50. We already know that. Lucky number 11. But it has been stated that on release, the developers anticipate max level should be attainable in approximately 45 days if playing 4 to 6 hours per day. Average. So the thing that I want to talk about is, with that being in mind, 4 to 6 hours per day to get to level 50 takes you about a month and a half, right? And there will be the race for freeholds. What are your thoughts? Because freeholds are not even available until village stage.
Man, I'm predicting quite a few people are going to be doing a sprint, an all-out sprint to 50, just specifically for the freeholds.
Yeah,
they're almost essential for anyone doing quite a number of things in the game, right? And outside of that, they're also super limited. So anybody with even somewhat of an interest in that, plus just people who want to show off a house, like build a home and, you know, just design a farm, / business looking thing, just to show that they can be industrious. There's a lot of people who take like big parts in the whole housing aspects of games, and that's one of the few that you can show off to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna prioritize it, just like Alex there said.
Yeah. So Quirian says the idea from Steven, a quote from Steven, the idea is that we're not reserving freeholds for the top 10% of levelers, we're reserving freeholds for the top 10% across the multiple different play paths that exist within the game. And this spreads out that ownership across different play styles. And I am not necessarily bothered by the two independently. I'm not bothered that level 50 is what you need in order to unlock freeholds necessarily, and I'm not bothered that it's going to take you a while to level. I am bothered that the need to be level 50 in order to have a freehold will cause a potential of, instead of relaxing and trying to level and enjoy the game as it is meant to be, there's going to be this push to get to level 50 as quickly as possible. I'm trying to find here where it says how long it will take to get to the different node tiers. I believe Steven had mentioned something along the lines of like the time to progress the node in general. But my concern is I don't think it's going to take you like a month and a half to get to a village node, right? And if freeholds are where village nodes are available, then like I don't know. I feel like you're gonna get that village node, and you're not gonna be able to have a freehold until the first person hits 50. And I can totally see somebody, no lifing ashes, just burning through as much as possible to get to 50. And as soon as the village is available, grabbing the village node quest and then grabbing the village node freehold quest and then getting a freehold.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of debate until it actually happens, and or they make some adjustments in the alphas and betas. Or I guess alphas. I guess there's only one more alpha right now, right? So the alpha 2 and the betas, to see if they want to adjust anything for how try hard people are going to be to get to 50. And if they want to adjust anything, then that's going to be the time to do it.
Yeah.
Because the big comment is that if you try to rush through, you're going to be level 50 way before a node hits tier 3, so you're still going to be waiting on something. But my argument against that is going to be good. I hope I am level 50 before a node hits stage 3, because that's going to give me more time to save up a bunch of money to buy one of them.
There's a few things that I wanted to grab attention from our YouTube channel. So first, Penn says, I don't think Steven must be max level to get a freehold card in stone yet. It's my opinion that we will be able to change his mind and lower it to something else. What's the point of the first few villages in town having them if no one is max level yet? And then another person named Jingly Jones commented and said, I often see comments along the lines of, I plan to take my time and enjoy the game on my alt. My main will be getting to max level ASAP. This is crazy to me. Virtek basically said this, the same thing, and there's a time tag. I forgot which video this was. Gonna be speed pushing through, not reading any quests for my first character. That doesn't sound like a way he actually wants to play the game. As he immediately added, that's what he plans to do on his ult. This is the argument behind time-gated level cap increases. And I also pulled a couple of things from the Twitch chat. I was just reading Quirian talking about the level 50 thing. Alex says, I like the idea of freeholds being available before max level, maybe mitigates level rushing. I hope there's more about the journey kind of thing and less gotta get to end game as soon as possible before things start happening. And then so Doc Drifter says, my thought is that if you're designing a game that the point is to hit max level before you truly begin to contribute in a meaningful way, then they don't need to be available before max level. If you're designing a game that leveling is part of the full experience and you can contribute while doing it, then allow people to get them before max level.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Irish Viking just said, it's a sad side effect of metagaming. My prediction will be the same as other PvP style games. Higher leveling leads to griefing, which leads to people leaving servers. Then once all the griefers are done ganking each other, they get bored, server hop, and the game dies fast. I know that was a lot to take in. I'm so sorry. I was just trying to get like caught up because we were chatting totally offline before. I mean, never. This is our first time going live
First
tonight.
time. Yeah, first time going live and being here with you folks. So, you know, we're here now.
Yeah.
Since we weren't earlier. But no, and you know, a lot of that stuff is good points. And I still think that a lot of that could be avoided if the freeholds were just smaller and there were more of them. And you know what that would also do? That would also build more onto that dependency of one player upon another in order to reach your goals. First time live. Nice. It's a new show to watch. Yeah, Fupo, first time ever. This is our episode 17, but it's actually only one. Because 17, it was a typo. The 1 and 7 are really close to each other on the keyboard, so mistakes were made.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now if they made the freeholds half the size, they could put them closer together without it feeling cramped, and you could have probably more than twice as many out there.
Yeah.
And that would solve a lot of the rush. That would solve a lot of the I need to get up there or else I'm not going to have a freehold unless I destroy somebody else's node. Oh no, don't tell me the popping stuff is back. That's going to make me cry.
Oh no. Vertek's gonna hyperfixate on that now.
I am. We're gonna have to figure out what the heck it is.
Well, hold on. Don't before you get too worried about it. Oh no. Yeah, see, Kyrian just didn't say anything. we can continue on. It's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
We've gotten this far. Ashes and Air says, I would rather see small hamlets where we get 10 small houses next to each other with a small garden. Aw, that's cute.
Yeah. See, and that would be really cool. Like, I don't know. I guess I feel that it would be a little bit more of a goal to get them if they were more available, but it wouldn't be a priority, if you know what I mean. Like everybody would want one, and they would be making big plans on what they're going to fit on their, you know, newly half-sized plot instead of the full size it is right now. But it wouldn't necessarily be like I need to get up there and get one or else I'm not going to have one. It would be a, hey, I want to get one, so that's going to be one of the first things I do when I get there. But the when is a less capital letter at the beginning.
Another thing Grim Liberty had said, welcome into the Discord, by the way, Grim. I'd hate for it to be some rando running around just claiming space because of level. That'd be UO housing all over.
Ultima Online housing was cutthroat.
Yeah, and to preface that, he says that if the node is developed, then lower levels can claim, makes people invest in the territory. Is our Discord link wrong somewhere? Let me know. I'd be happy to fix it. But yeah, I think that that's one thing, and I'm not being critical of Intrepid or anything. I just thought that this was like a fallacy that I've noticed kind of come up over and over in the two thought process of like, we want you to enjoy the game, we want you to enjoy leveling, but also you have to be level 50 in order to get a freehold, which thus causes people like you to want to like race through all of the leveling to get that freehold as quickly as possible. And I don't know, like that bothers me a little bit because I do want to enjoy. I mean, am I going to be testing during alpha 2 betas? Yeah. But I also, I don't know. I'd like to think I'd like to enjoy the ride, I guess, of leveling, and the I'm gonna guess my experience or the experience of testing in alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2 is going to be very different from live, because the people that you're playing with in the alphas and betas are going to be probably different than the people you're playing with live, and things are going to be different than that. And I'm excited for that alone, to be honest. Fubo says, with guild freeholds, having the ability to have places for members to do some of the activity that is done in freehold, something that you think might alleviate some of the push for people. Okay, yeah. Do we think that with guild freeholds having the ability to place things down, this was something that was talked about during the AMA, right? The little farming areas, etc. Do we think that it's going to alleviate the push to have freeholds? I think so. For some. For us, probably not, because we want to have.
All right, so I mean, I think it's gonna make it a more complicated thing if nothing else, because the guild freeholds are gonna be limited as well, right? So there's gonna be a lot of players out there where their freehold is gonna turn into a guild freehold. And the only reason I say that guild freeholds are gonna be limited is because aren't the baronies where people are gonna be placing their guild halls and everything? And if freeholds are limited, then those have to be limited too.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by Grope's comment.
Yeah, that was my brain's response too.
I know that baronies are like a large area that are available in village nodes. I know that they have estates that are reserved especially for freehold and guild hall systems, but I'm not entirely certain of those things. There's a little bit, like, even with the AMA, there was like a little bit more. There's a little bit more confusion being added, because he said guild halls and guild freeholds, I think, right?
Yeah. So the freehold, yeah, that's gonna be the plot of land that you can put the guild hall and everything on. But yeah, if those are gonna be limited, it's going to turn a lot of player freeholds into guild freeholds. Especially with how limited they are, it's going to take some guild funding to pick those up anyway.
Okay, there we go.
That's my prediction.
Guild freeholds consist of a central guild hall surrounded by multiple expandable plots. Guild members that are authorized by the guild master or delegated officials may utilize these plots to place freehold farms, taverns, and other guild amenities. Straight from the wiki. I'm going to add this into the, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to add this into the description so that you can also check that out. And you know, that's another, that becomes another question. Like, a tavern then can be the property of a guild. That's more of a question for us, though, because you and I wanted to stay neutral. So as long as Nexus is okay with us being neutral, even though they gave us a tavern plot, like...
yeah, that's gonna be the interesting thing.
Yeah, that's where those player interplayer politics begin to work. To be fair, I think the node system is scary. Your time invested in possible enjoyment could be wiped away. I love the journey more than the destination. Yeah, it is one of those, like, it's not in stone, but as I think, if I understand how this is like being explained, I think as we go, that will further incentivize players to defend their nodes to keep them from being sieged so they can keep their freeholds and their guild plots, etc. And also, that being said, a guild that is a guild of a node, I forgot what that was called right now. But like, you know,
The
one
patron.
of the yeah, thank you. A patron guild of a node. I think that would further incentivize that guild to protect that node, to protect their freehold, to protect their guild freehold. Like, there's a lot of layers and incentivizations for, you know, when is prime time? You mean for like the node sieges? I think they're basing that on when people are online the most.
Yeah,
Yes.
usually like a lot of games consider prime time between like 5 and 9 p.m. in that current zone.
Yeah. Grim Liberty responded to Irish Viking saying yes, but it won't be an insta wipe and can be fought for. As I see it, PvX just like regular combat. Make your choice and live with the outcome as best as you can. But oh no, I have a hairdryer ad in my face. I'm sorry. I did adjust, by the way, on that note, some of the ads to be less often. Some of you reached out and let me know that it was like every couple of minutes, it felt like, and it was really irritating you. So I lowered it a little bit. Does neutral mean we can't use info we hear in the tavern and the go? No. Neutral means that like we won't be like mean to other people if our guild is not maybe on like the friendliest terms. It's more like a no man's land kind of thing where everybody is friendly towards each other and anybody who causes issues gets kicked out.
Yeah, just a neutral approach to everybody. Like the only reason you're going to be banned, barred, kicked out, or kicked to the curb is going to be if you cause troubles in the tavern. It's basically the super quick summary.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about, because I thought that that was a good topic to kind of talk about. I just wanted to bring it up. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on, you know, the difference between that. The next thing is, with the absence of DPS meters, what other tools could be used to help with self-assessment? Now, we know that Intrepid had combat logs previously. Here's the link to the wiki on the combat logs in case you would like to see what I'm referencing here. Also, Lex, I don't know what you guys did, but the wiki is so much faster. So awesome. Combat logs. Yeah. Steven said in the forums, I guess, we will be providing combat data for individual players in their chat windows that players can filter and analyze for themselves. The goal is to mitigate and make the practice less prevalent through the ease of that DPS meters provide. Also, to place an actionable enforcement for players who attempt to circumvent the decision by using third-party programs for which they will be monitoring. And we already know Intrepid is against add-ons, and they're not super into the whole data mining stuff. They're going to have threat meters in terms of visual cue rather than an actual threat meter. But the cool thing that he mentioned during the AMA, and I wanted to call attention to this, especially for guilds, and this is a further purpose into wanting to be in a guild in this particular MMO. Also, welcome in, Lloyd. Excel spreadsheets, yes, Excel spreadsheets, and then also the guild leader will be able to have information about guild member properties such as freeholds, family members, a list of permissions per rank and role, but also guild stats such as player performance stats within events such as Guild Wars. Player information about guild members such as archetype and class makeup will be made available, and access to guild stats is subject to permission structure. So basically, it kind of sounded like through this tool, guild leaders can look at your how well you're doing in different things and give you advice on like what to adjust. It sounds like, because you get performance stats within events. So this sounds like Intrepid, because my biggest thing, and Virtek, you might have a different opinion from me. My biggest thing for having a DPS meter, the reason why I wanted it, is because I use it to determine how well I'm doing against myself, like, or against other people. Like if I see another healer out there and they're healing better than me, I kind of go, oh wait, I guess I'm not doing as productive of heals. I know that doesn't tell you the whole story, but it does at least let you know that you're maybe doing something wrong. And I've actually done a lot of increases in how well I heal by doing that. I know that this is a tool that people can use against other people. We've heard that day and night about DPS meters. But that being said, for the people that like to progress in their skills and abilities, I think it's important to have something.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a mess, and I think it's going to potentially backfire a little bit. And I mean, if he's okay with it, he's okay with it. If the studio is okay with it, and that's their design intent, I can't really argue against it too much. But I'm going to keep advocating to bring him in, because it's a tool that people have gotten used to, and they're going to miss it. And if they can't have it, they're going to find a way of getting the same data. It's going to just be more of a pain in the neck to people and cause, I believe, time will tell, but I believe more toxicity in having people run circles around the server to go perform basically an Iron Man triathlon to prove themselves.
Yeah. I think honestly, the reason why I wanted to bring this up too, because I saw Asmongold's video on there's this add-on. I don't know much about it. I don't play World of Warcraft anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The short of it is someone was selling an add-on for $25 a month through their Patreon. And this add-on gave you all the information on another player character, like the achievements, their parsing, etc. Like so much information that should not be there. And the general topic kind of went along the lines of how like add-ons slowly killed like World of Warcraft, and will eventually be its downfall, I think. Not another MMORPG, but I think the add-ons, and how, you know, there's been this whole discussion about like the influx of add-ons makes you rely more on like these add-ons rather than playing the game and just enjoying the game as it is. And how for a lot of people the lack of that add-on means that they don't enjoy the game the same way. And that like I think Intrepid is trying to look at some of these things like quest markers, like, do you want quest markers? Do you not want quest markers? Things like that, and automatically have them as a part of the game rather than needing to have this third party thing. But there's also a lot of add-ons that make you rely on like just numbers. It becomes a numbers game instead of enjoying the game for what the game is.
Yeah.
And I think, sorry, yeah, this is kind of it, actually. I was just going to ramble.
Yeah. And to be on the fair side of things, like I definitely see the approach they're trying to go, and I admire the approach and the direction they're trying to go with it. But I don't know. We shall see how it actually pans out in the end with the meters and everything. Because again, I like to have something to show me, you know, actual improvement. And looking through a combat log is going to take so much longer. It's going to be so much more intense, and just having a combat log is going to, in a way, be the same thing as having a DPS meter, right?
Oh, all right, no, guys. Quirion.
Uh-oh. Devil's advocate. Should add-ons. Oh, man.
Yep.
Should they be in? Okay. So,
are you able to put that on screen? Yeah, when you're done. But are you able to? Okay, cool.
I think so. No, I cannot.
Oh, okay. I'll preamble it then.
Yeah, Korean, just copy and paste that again. I'm just not able to pull it up as a as something I can put up on the screen.
Yeah, the on-screen thingy. But go ahead. You were saying your last thoughts.
But oh yeah. So I admire the direction they're trying to go with it. I do, but it does kind of with certain things, it is going to kind of limit what tryhards can do, like myself, trying to do the best that I can, and it's going to not limit the intent of the change in certain other ways, because if there is a combat log, and I'm going to regret saying this because that might get it removed, but if there is a combat log that's going to perform just as well as as a DPS meter, it's going to be like, okay, so go ahead and live stream this to our Discord. We're going to watch you. Keep your combat log up. We're going to record it, and we're going to go through and see how many of these per minute you get out and how many of those per minute you get out, and all these numbers. And we'll get back to you. This is your guild application or your raid application. We'll get back to you like next week.
Yeah, I feel like you and Virtek are kind of
yeah
on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah, VOD reviews. Yeah, it's gonna be VOD reviews. It's gonna be go kill this monster. You have 35 seconds to defeat it. If you don't beat it in 35 seconds, you're not joining the raid. There's gonna be tanks that are gonna be required to go tank something as long as they can. If you don't last 2 minutes on your own without any help, you're not in the raid. Healer is gonna go and say, okay, they're gonna say go ahead and heal this tank while they take a bunch of damage. If you can't keep them alive perfectly and above 50%, then you're not in the raid. It's a nice group. Nice. Yeah, ashes, but but that's the point with the DPS meter thing too, right? Is if you don't like to be asked to show your DPS ranking or to be measured by a DPS meter, then that guild's also not the one for you.
Yeah.
But the same people are going to ask you to do the same stuff if they're really that much of a jerk about it. They're going to be a jerk no matter what. It's like being in high school. If they're going to pick on somebody, they're going to pick on somebody. It doesn't matter what it is, they're going to find some way to pick on you.
Yeah, and before we get into the devil's advocate, I just also want to say, like, there's a difference between doing a VOD reviewing and looking at DPS meters and being toxic about it as a guild, and looking at that and being a tryhard guild. Because if you have a guild that wants to be tryhard and wants to be like the top of the top, like the best DPS, the best healing, etc., those are the people that are usually, like, especially in World of Warcraft, right? They're usually the ones pushing their face up against the wall on a brand new raid. They're usually the ones that get server first for those types of raids. And can they be toxic as well? Yes, but with the right guild environment, I don't think they would be. I'm gonna move this a little closer. Lloyd says, I plan on tryharding, VOD reviewing, etc., but not gatekeeping. I understand that others may do that, and I think they would do that regardless of DPS meters or not. Gladys! Oh, thank you.
Thank you for that.
Did you be?
Yeah.
That's another spin. We're at 70.
Oof.
Cheers, by the way.
Nice.
Thank you, Gladys. Appreciate that.
Cheers indeed. And to one of our favorite people too.
Yes, by one of our other favorite people. And Alex says Final Fantasy 14 doesn't have any add-ons, but people, especially high-end raiders, use them. However, the policy of no add-ons DPS meters means people cannot be toxic about them. Exactly. Always great to see you as well, Gladys. You had some great questions. I think all of you guys did a really good job on the AMA. It was a great year. Very excited to see all that came out of that. And I should warn you, we're about to do a devil's advocate.
We are.
Compliments of Quirion. So Quirion's asking, should add-ons, DPS trackers, parses, boss encounter tips, etc., this also includes quality of life add-ons as well, be in Ashes of Creation?
Now, Quirion, who is supposed to be pro DPS meter? Who's supposed to be against?
Yes, and you must decide who wins. I'm a fan of just taking any perspective for a dungeon run or whatever, prospects for a dungeon run or whatever, and see how they do that way. It's more organic, I think. I like that. It's always my choice, isn't it? Well, if you redeem the devil's advocate, you have to say who you want to do what. Okay, so Virtek, you are for those, and if you could pop that up on the screen.
Yeah, I am
And
shutting
I
off
am
the timer
against.
so that this stays there and doesn't go away until I tell it to.
Perfect. Once I see it, I'll read it out again, or if you want to read it out again.
Oh man, that's so small. I need to adjust that.
It's okay.
All right, let me get back up here.
I think it should be legible in the short form, so we're fine.
Yeah, it'll be legible in short form. I am, however, going to.
Thank you, Gladys. We've been working on a lot of stuff. We'll pick sides and discuss regardless of our personal view. Wait a minute. Nothing in the contract says I have to do it.
All right, here we go.
Virtek decided it though.
You know, I'm gonna keep them both on there. There we are. That way it'll show up in short form and the long form.
Eli.
Like right meow. All right. So. You said I am pro and you are against, or vice versa. Okay.
Yeah, you're
I'm
for it. I'm against it. And Korean says, should add-ons, DPS trackers, parses, boss encounter tips, etc. This also includes quality of life add-ons as well, be in Ashes of Creation.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and form my hypothesis and state my position, and then you can go ahead and you can fight me.
Okay.
Yes, I think DPS meters, add-ons, etc., that type of thing it's almost crucial at this point in the MMO life, especially for a game that's trying to be bigger, better, and more awesome than the rest. Ashes may not have that as a stated goal, but in order to survive long term, they're going to need people who are sticking around for the long term. And I think that DPS meters, it's something that people have gotten used to. Healing meters, it's something people gotten used to. And it's so much a core of everything that's the first thing that many people I know download. Even it's that and UI adjustments, right? And if Ashes is going to have UI adjustments built in to the extent that they want, that's not going to be an issue. So then it's just meters to judge personal and group behavior. So yeah, I think they're needed.
I don't think they're needed because I think that there's a lot of other ways that you can determine how well you are doing. I mean, I feel like you should be in charge of learning what your cooldowns are and mastering your skill set. I think that understanding boss encounters are a big essential part of especially Ashes, because you never know. Maybe you view it once and he has one set of encounters, and you view him a second time and he has a whole other set of encounters, and something like an add-on won't even know what's coming. Additionally, I think even quality of life things such as like the quest trackers and stuff, I think if you read your quest, you should be able to figure out where your quest giver is, or where what you're looking for is. And maybe, if you read your quest, not to pick more than 3 flowers.
Well, yeah, you see, but the problem being is that everything you said has merit. It does. But when it comes to really trying to excel in both PvP and PvE, how are you going to, in the middle of a melee, figure out who was more effective? If you're running with a raid of 20 or Steven had mentioned before, potential raid sizes up to 40 people. How are you going to pick out how one person needs to improve, or what all they're failing at, or what all they're really succeeding at, and how they can even teach others because they are doing so incredibly well, like astonishingly well. You have no idea how they're doing so great because you can't see it. Because what is everybody complaining about? Raids having so much action to them. So many things visibly happening. Can you really keep track of all that? Can you really keep track of all that in order to pinpoint what one person is doing?
I
worse
think,
or one person is doing better?
yeah, absolutely. Because also, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, Provo. We're in the middle of a devil's advocate, or yeah, I don't know, discussion. I don't even know if I said that right. Um, I think that that's where raid leaders have a role, and a good raid leader is going to do shot calls and know what each part of the DPS roles or healing roles are going to be, and you're going to have people in the back that are keeping an eye on it. People that are trusted to see if someone is standing in the red while they're healing them. Because for the last time, my heals are not meant for you if you're standing in the fire. You're not getting them. I'm sorry. I'm adding a little bit of humor in this because, like, while this is a serious topic, I'm also trying to make it fun. But that being said, I do think that trying and learning what the mechanics are. I think having faced it before, you would be able to kind of have an idea of how to mitigate it. But I think that the use of DPS trackers, parses, and add-on tips, etc., are not really needed. And I think the community, while it's not in Ashes of Creation, the game, the community is a great place to find tips and tricks and stuff like that. I don't think we need to blur our I don't think we need to blur our screens full of add-on information. We should be more so focusing on what we're doing and seeing everything, because the last thing I need is for Alex's raid icon to be right over the thing that I need to see, because I'm using another add-on over here and I had to move his thing over here, and now there's just things on my screen and I can't see what the boss is doing.
But you see, while that also makes sense, there's also many things you could do to combat that from being an issue. For one, just make them after action reports. After a raid, after a boss battle, you get an after action report that gives the breakdown. Or on these guild freeholds, when you place your guild hall, you can also place some training grounds that maybe if you earn enough resources, you can drop down or summon things that are equivalent to some of the bosses out there to practice on and play around with. And with no experience penalty, people can practice forever on these bosses and find out if they're capable of even trying to take it on before trying to run out and battle over the raid to try to get to this boss.
You make
and then
a
that
great
can
point.
have a DPS meter to it.
You make a great point. They should have a dummy boss that you can have after you've defeated a boss. And instead of having a DPS meter on it, you can use things like experiencing, setting a timer and seeing how quickly it takes you to get down to a certain level of like health. And who needs a DPS meter for that? You're just trying different combos. You're seeing what works. You're just going against a test dummy that has the same HP as a boss and seeing how long it takes you to get down to a certain amount. You don't even need an add-on for that. That was a great point. I'm glad you suggested that.
So what you're saying is take the long way around to put a DPS meter in the game by creating a dummy to attack and kill it in a certain amount of time. That sounds like something that guilds could totally do when they're trying to go and take down a raid boss.
Hey Paranaut, welcome in. All right, chat. All right. Who won?
Who won the contest there? The Battle of Wills.
I don't know if you've heard them, but there's like that like music where like the people are like this and then going quack, like on YouTube on the shorts. Like there's two people like going back and forth. I just had that in my head. Gladys says, I think it was a tie. My favorite is Lloyd says rebuttal. Steven said no.
I mean, in all honesty, that really is the biggest, most strong rebuttal you can possibly come up with. Not gonna lie.
I was thinking the rules lore meme. Yeah. Usually getting to know if a player is good is by just playing with them in a regular party, not exactly rocket science. Yeah. But yeah, Paranaught, like we have mentioned something about like having some sort of like a boss test dummy or something that you can go against, especially in a military node, as like a boon for that, where you can use that as a way to gauge like maybe you're trying out different builds and you have sat down and you've marked what different builds you want to try. It would be really cool to have something like a testing dummy for you to see like the pros and cons of your different builds. And who knows, maybe as you take notes, you'll find further ideas based off of those and like mesh them, you know? But
Indeed,
I'm
indeed.
excited. That was the fun tangent of the Devil's Advocate. I hope you enjoyed that.
Vengeance of
Guilds,
advocates.
yeah, Korean, exactly. Guilds will find a way to create a DPS meter of their own in some way. Instead of testing dummy, perhaps a practice instance. Yeah, that would be cool too, a practice instance. I'm not sure how likely they would do something like that, especially with the conversation or the topic of not having the ability to test a secondary. Not in stone. He did say it was not in stone. Oh no, we're getting another question. Vladis is asking, do you think there should be multiple superpower tiers, 6 node types? Okay, multiple superpowers, tier 6 node types should have as options rather than just one. Like, so should a tier 6 be able to choose between different multiple superpowers, or should they just have one superpower that they are
I
left
see,
with?
I see. So instead of just the superpower of scientific is what teleportation or something, right? To zip around all the different nodes, and having the blimp that can fly you around. So instead of that, you could have, I don't know, what else would scientific be really useful for everybody? Like no matter your profession, no matter your class. But no, I see what you mean. You could almost, yeah, you'd be given a different choice. You can go this way or that way with it. Maybe one combat focused and one non-combat focused. Although I think the scientific one could absolutely be either way, right?
Yeah. Alexia, that's a lot of people's answers for a lot of things. Yes, but it's more development time, and I want to play.
And I want to play. There you
Fair.
go. That's gonna be second expansion. Second X pack.
I think it would be awesome to have multiple choices to choose from, as long as they stick with their idea of, like, for example, only 2 scientific nodes can have the blimp, the teleportal thing between them. So if that's the case, then if a military node at tier 6 chose to have that as their superpower, and a religion node chose to have it, then those are the only 2 nodes until one of them is siege that can have it. Just to keep it fair.
Honestly, how neat would it be if, hey, welcome in there, Pockets.
Welcome in.
But how neat would it be if the governor of a town, what if there was a skill tree for the node as well? And the skill tree and how it was planned out would determine what kind of top tier bonus you could get.
Well, Grope says the superpower choice comes from picking which node to metro.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
I mean,
you
that's
already have a choice of 5, 4.
Yeah. Oh, stop. Now you're making me excited.
It's everything, choices for everything. And how quick, oh man, that'd be insane. Seeing someone get toppled almost instantly because the 3rd day after they get elected, they change the superpower. Just totally restart the city. Oof.
Grab a glass, mate. I got the Wolcott out. Nice.
Mayors.
Nice.
I don't know why I said governor. Yeah, mayors.
Yeah. I wonder if the mayor would be the one to change the skill tree every month or every election. Yeah, that would be cool. Every election, maybe. Imagine 2 metros being set up strategically and to fast travel 1k plus people from one side to another. Surprise attack on a nearby node. Yeah, wow, geez. That's crazy. Surprise, we're here.
Wow, yeah, actually, Pockets. That would be pretty insane if there were 2 scientific metros right next to each other, like the ZUI was like butting up against each other.
I mean,
man,
That never happened.
But can everybody? That's the other question that I don't know the answer to this. Is if everybody can use that fast travel function, or if it's only the people who are citizens of that node.
It's a good question.
Because then, in
Good
theory,
question.
only citizens of the node ZOI could use teleport, and then everybody could use the airships, right?
Well, one thing that I would still like to see, if you can't pick like a superpower or like right now, I don't think you can choose the node type. The node types are kind of already laid out. I would like to see the ability to dictate what type of node something is. Because what if like you wanted this specific node to be like this type of metropolis, and then be able to design what sub nodes are, like the vassal nodes are. You know, that would be kind of cool, because maybe you can only have like one of X amount within like this whatever grouping. But I think at least then you're kind of picking, like for example, on the shore, I could totally see what's that word? A military node, and then or an economic node, and they're both viable, right? So like you'd be able to like choose which direction you want to go about that. Or do we want to go economic so that, you know, we're increasing our trade and everything, or do we want to go military? I don't know, there's so many cool things that you could do with that, I think.
Yeah, notes. Okay, so let's see here. I just dug up the wiki. And it says, so if there are multiple scientific metropolises, then an airship will provide faster travel between those scientific metropoli for citizens of those nodes and their vassal nodes, as long as the metropoli are not at war. Previously, this was stated to be limited to citizens, regardless of the stage of the vassal node, as long as the vassal node is not at war. And that was in reference to unlocking teleportation.
Vlada says, imagine a divine node being able to summon a god as a superpower. I like it. I like that too, but Steven said they are fixed. Yeah, I know that they're fixed. We were just going off of the theory crafting, or like the wishfuls for a moment. All the same on every server, so that means they've made a decision. I would personally like every server to have different node placement. Yeah, same. Steven's sandal rains down upon us. The giant sandal print on the Earth of Era. You run out of your house just to see a sandal print in the place that your node once was.
Squish. Oi, oi. And yeah, Vladis, I'm sorry if GB, if you already mentioned this while I was trying to find that thing, but...
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. What was it? I just literally saw the statement.
Referring to superpowers if there were multiple options, that one?
Yeah. I like that. Referring to node superpowers if there were multiple options, those choices should be permanent until the node is destroyed. Yeah, that would be a good addition to it. So it wouldn't hit that issue I was talking about where the mayor would pop in and change it all of a sudden.
Yeah, I do get that, Grim. No worries. Irish Viking says, I presented a hypothetical to Steven in Discord once about purposefully developing surrounding nodes to maintain control of a main node. He said, I'll have to get back to you on that. So to be hit with a sandal in Spanish is called chancla. In Egypt is called a shibshib. Interesting. Or another divine superpower being able to rain down health and mana to its citizen throughout the day randomly. Like you're just out. I don't know. For some reason, my head just went mana bread. Just mana bread falling from the sky.
Mana bread.
Mana bread and health potion. Take cover.
Okay.
Put your shield upside down to, like, you know.
That'd be kind of interesting. Imagine living in a world like that, though, Vladis. Like, imagine living in a world where you're an adventurer. You came back from, Sanctus. You're just going through the portals. You're gaining some experience in the world. You're becoming a famous monster hunter or what have you. And you arrive in a new node, and you just you realize that everybody is absolutely ecstatic that it's about to rain soon. And it's the weirdest thing you've ever heard in your life. But everybody is ecstatic that it's about to rain. They're all pulling out little bowls and cups and buckets and everything and just setting them all out. Like, why are you doing this? It's literally, it looks like it's about to pour. I can hear the thunder right now. And then just mana and health potion just raining from the skies out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh. What do we have? We have economic, we have military, we have religion, scientific.
Yeah, economics. Yeah, divine, economic, military, and scientific, or academic.
Okay, so okay. For the scientific, I could just see like roles just randomly appearing, like whenever you're crafting, being able to like have like a scroll appear and be like essentially that's it. I've come up with a new recipe.
Up with a new recipe.
Not the trademarked version though.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. The things and ideas you peoples have. Let's see, Valentine says, do it like some strategy games, and before every wipe, a map of the node type locations comes out in different spots so that the node types are in the same spot on every server.
Limited amount of time, God grants you 100% health regen for a certain amount of time. Oh, I could see that.
Oh, so they aren't the same in the same spot on every server. Okay.
The religion node has a sword in the stone, and whoever pulls it out has like a buff on them for the next like day. But like the sword goes back in the stone until the next person can pull it.
Can come back. The next Arthur can swing by.
Yeah, we should start our own guilds. These ideas. Proceed to open backpack and run around trying to catch snowflakes on one stunt. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying,
so I think
if you have a good easy 50 million sitting around, just let me know. We'll start one.
Oh my gosh. Don't even. Ash's rival. What do we call it? A forge of creation. No, I'm kidding. Don't come at me. Don't come at me.
Don't come at me.
Why is always gotta be a sword? Why not an axe and a tree? Oh, you know what? That could be our version. Perfect. Axe and a tree.
Heck yeah.
Like what, Paul Bunyan or something?
Yeah, there you go. Paul Bunyan was the last one to free the axe.
Yeah, there you go. So that being said, I would like to announce some things as we close out our show here. These are some upcoming TGF updates. For one, we are currently working on getting a guild summit. If you've not yet heard, we're getting that together. It's going to be in June. And we will have dates for you soon, TM, primarily because we're still grabbing info from the guilds that we've reached out to. And I have done an overhaul in our Discord, but we have done an overhaul on how our subscriptions work. There are two ways that you can monetarily subscribe and support us. One is through Discord. We get 90% of the sub fee. There's the link to the Discord server subscription. The other is Twitch. And I actually am happy to say, I think we are, 20 out of 100.
Yeah, we're at 19 out of 100 points to get to the next plus tier.
Yeah, and the next tier will give us 60% instead of 50%. And so those are the two ways that through money you can support us. But the most important thing is there are a lot more ways you can support us without money. And that includes you guys being here and interacting with us the way you have, spending your channel points, which are not money, but time that you are spending with us turned into a sort of currency that you can then redeem to interact with us more, and interacting and watching our YouTube, which, by the way, we are really, really close to the 500 mark on our YouTube channel, and our watch time is really close. Yeah, do things like Celexia's doing with redeeming champion
there
of the
we
hill.
go.
Oh my gosh, Nice is rating it.
Oh my gosh, Nice. And no one else. Welcome in, both of you.
Yeah, it's just Nice. There's no one else.
Welcome in, Raiders.
Welcome in, Raiders.
Just in time for a champion of the hill. Type exclamation mark join to hop on in. And nice. And no one, just saying, we felt really bad that we kind of stomped on your time tonight. We were hella delayed getting online. Nothing wanted to play right. Nothing wanted to play right after we did come online, so we had to restart over and over. It was killing us.
It was a bad tech night for us.
It was.
Hey, Hellstalker, welcome in.
But
yes,
thank you for showing the love with the raid over to us.
Of the hill. Oh, no worries, never an issue. Happy to return the. Aw, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
That's
well, we
great.
appreciate
Finally
it.
get to raid y'all for once. Aw, yay.
Who's gonna be the winner?
You know we didn't spot it. Yeah. Fight's coming to an end, and the winner is.
Bom. Oracle the White is the new champion of the hill using the donut.
That's funny because right before that, Irish Viking said I'll be in Alpha 2 and we'll try hard with you, Oracle. ... And then Oracle won.
Nice.
That timing.
That was the boost Oracle needed.
Yeah, we're really excited to return the favor. Aw, thank you, no one. I appreciate that.
Many hearts on that. Thank you.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I lost the sandal, right? The sandal should be OP. But
the donut though. The donut and the plunger, those two were kind of OP weapons.
Yeah, exactly. We were actually just talking about how we were just finishing updating how the subscriptions are working and how interacting with us here helps us just in general by talking and being here with us. So if it's okay with you, Virtek, I can go over the little update in Discord that we had for the different tiers. A quick overview. Okay, cool. So I posted this today, but basically for the $5 tier or the tier 1 or the Tavern tipper as it is on the Discord, you get news updates, Tavern chat information. That's basically our general chat for subs, early access to bids. So whenever we have people like Nice and no one on, we posted those early access for you. And then feedback and requests. So if there's anything that you'd like to see us do or any feedback you have for our show, that's great spot to put that there. And then monthly Q&A. Hi, Avarat. Welcome in. 21 months. Oh my gosh.
Welcome in.
So long. Getting close to 2 years already. It's crazy.
Creeping on up.
And then a monthly Q&A we want to start doing. So if you guys want to ask us questions, that will be the spot to put our questions, and we'll have a little Discord Q&A. And oh my gosh,
Gladys.
We hit our goal.
Thank you.
I feel like I have to stream on Sunday now because we hit the goal.
You have to, it's almost a requirement. And by almost, I mean definitely.
By the way, we are now at
Gladys.
6 spins. 6 spins.
You are so very kind. Every single time you stop in here and every single time you pipe up and say stuff in chat, you're a class act, Vladdy. You're a class act.
Nice says Blatty Daddy. Cheers. Nobody clip that. Vlad is the kindness. Yes.
That's what we call the Streisand effect.
No. So for tier 2, moving right along. Weekly Tavern Talk topic suggestion. That's a tongue twister I just made up. So you can give us your Tavern Talk topics that you'd like us to talk about on our Tavern Talks. Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
As well as sneak peek content into things like the things like our guild summit that we're doing and our RP summit that we're going to do in August. And then additionally, you can request us to make mini opinion video for Q&A of your question for all the subs to see. And that will go back to subs only content. And then finally for the tier 3, which we only have a couple, but seriously super grateful for that. because that's $25. It's crazy. We've added in the behind the scenes area so you can see what we're up to when we're not at the tavern. Suggested content you want to see from us in terms of just anything. And then also request a game for midnight or bonus streams like what we just unlocked. So yeah, lots of updates. I'm very excited. Oh my, behind the scenes. Absolutely. I should have called it behind the tavern. Missed opportunity. The back rooms. Oh no. But yeah, and of course, like the other thing I mentioned, we are so close to in the storehouse behind the bar. I like these. These are great. Some interesting things happen behind the tavern. Yeah, totally right. What happens behind the tavern stays behind the tavern. It's the back alley.
It's a solid theory there, Nero.
If Hidden Dagger Inn ever does behind the scenes, he should do the back alley. That feels much more fitting for Hidden Dagger Inn, because like the back alley is like, you know, the dark alleyway, you know, under the boardwalk. I thought behind the tavern was Jamie's brothel. Oh
no! No. Chibi's gonna turn red now.
No, I'm not.
Of course not. Not at all.
Says that she turns red.
Not at all.
Wow, I hate being Irish. I hate being Irish. I can't do anything. The slightest thing that makes me embarrassed. Y'all can tell.
Secrets are the stable offering of the tavern.
Oh jeez. I can't help it being me. All good, all good. You good. Should I Beetlejuice dance my way?
Do it. Do it. Ready, set, go.
Whatever you do, don't say Beetlejuice 3 times.
Or do. Guy's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Or do. Your choice, I guess. Yeah. But sorry, one other thing I wanted to mention about our YouTube. So I put it up there and wasn't told. Oh my gosh. I can't get through this part. You
can do it. I have faith in you. I have faith in you.
We are officially less than 50 subscribers away from hitting 500 and less than 700 watch hours, which is a lot. But if you think about this being an hour long and we do an hour long 2 times a week, that's 2 hours per week. At times 10 people watching, that's already 20 hours. We'll get there. I believe in us.
Absolutely.
But we're really close to being able to unlock memberships over on YouTube. So yeah. That being said, that was my segue into saying that we are working on getting live on YouTube at the same time as here. I can't promise that's going to happen next week, but we are looking into it over the week. And thank you for the level 1 hype train emote. Appreciate that.
Thank you everybody who contributed to that and those who are just here. That is also a great way to support us. It's just existing in the channel. So
absolutely. Oh, I can help you with that. It's actually really easy. I have a restream.io set up. I recolored it and I helped, as Vladis mentioned earlier, helped Vladis recolor his to make it look nicer. And I'm hoping by going live there, we're going to get some of the watch hours that we're looking for, especially when Virtek does his 4-hour-long mead quest.
Yar. Yar.
Restream, yeah.
Restream. Yeah.
But thank you so much for helping us hit that goal. I will definitely be doing a stream on Sunday. Are y'all doing SOT on Sunday? No, actually, I've started a new series and I'm kind of doing it a little bit at a time because Virtek doesn't like it when I pick up too many tasks, too many plates. And
too many plates. Some start falling.
Yeah, and I'm going to be building more on our tavern in Sims, and Virtek might join me. And maybe Virtek will help me decorate. A couple of you already helped me decorate some of the rooms, so enjoy, Grim. Enjoy your evening.
You have yourself a fantastic evening of sleeping not in a chair. All right.
You do
Well,
choose Ghost with the most Inferno Room excited happy gift. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, absolutely could see you doing that, especially with your new emo gift. Oh my gosh. Oh, I almost snorted. Okay. We're gonna move past that.
Alrighty. Well, did you have anything else left you wanted to share out? You had a bunch of updates in mind you wanted to talk about, and I think most of them got put out there.
I think so. There's other things that are in the works that I can't really talk about yet.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
But there are a few of you will be reaching out for help with some things in the future, hopefully very near future, but we'll see.
Very near future. Sneaky Tavern chick.
Sneaky Tavern. But oh, that'd be super awesome.
Aw,
Thank you, Vladis.
thank you, Gladys. That's really
Has
sweet.
anyone ever told you you're super awesome?
For the hours. What do you mean for the for the hours? Aw. You don't have to do that. You're so kind. Jeez.
Jeez, mister.
Jeez, mister. That I almost said.
Well, I think we were gonna do some of those spins of the wheel to do some stuff, because we have some catching up to do because we've gotten some subs, and we said for every 5 we're gonna spin a wheel and do something nifty. But we're going to end the quote unquote show before we do that. So we're gonna give some closing statements for those people who are gonna be watching this on YouTube after the fact. But those of you who are live, just hang out, and we will exist here for a few minutes longer after we say adios.
And who knows, you might get more NSFW Tavern talk.
Oh my goodness, going wild and crazy over here.
Yep, literally the after hours of the tavern.
Well, did you have any closing statements, thoughts?
I want to say thank you all for joining us for the live recording of this podcast. For those of you that are on Twitch, I really would like to know, what are your thoughts? Do you think that we should have a way to slow down or mitigate needing to race to max level to get a freehold? Or do you think that there are tools that Intrepid should include in Ashes of Creation to help you understand if you are actually progressing in your skill sets? Let us know in the comments below, and we look forward to hearing from you. If you want to join us live, we are live on Tuesdays for Tavern Talk and Friday with our podcast, and a few other days with randomness.
All right, and yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for just sticking through and existing in this channel with us, giving us some conversation topics, giving us some devil's advocate subjects to debate with each other upon, and just generally being awesome people. We love this community because you know, you're all fantastic. You all are, and hanging out here makes you more fantastic to us. Everyone heads to the brothel. It's great. Oh lordy, oh lordy.
Oh my gosh.
But for those of you watching on YouTube after the fact, thank you so much for watching as well. You take care, and we'll catch you next time.
See you next time.
YouTube.
Bye.